was it getting back on your own practice field?
It's been good. It's been really good. I mean, the weather's been great. You know, it's amazing. It's been, what's the temperature today?
80 something.
It's been 80, you know, and we've had maybe 3 days of 80-degree weather this entire camp, and when that happens, you know, there's a little bit like, wow, it's warm. I wish it had been hotter all camp, but it's good that we're getting it. You don't know what the weather's going to be like on Saturday. There's no doubt there's a difference when it comes to humidity and temperature here compared to our last game, so we need a little bit more of that. But it's been good. I think our meetings have been really good. Guys seem locked in, and we're excited about the opportunity we got this week.
What are some ways you help prepare for that humidity, get your bodies ready for that temperature?
Just practicing it like we've been doing, and then obviously always hydrating. I think whether it's hot or whether it's appears to be cool or whatever it may be, or overcast, you always hydrate like crazy just to prepare, because you never know how your body's going to react. That's what we're going to do.
You've been talking about, since the day you're hired, 107,000 for Beaver Stadium. Obviously, first game's coming up. You still anticipating sellout?
You know me, I'm the ultimate optimist. So we're going to keep talking about having 107,000 fans there. What a statement that is when you're able to do that for out-of-conference games. How important that is for our team. How important that is for our defense to have a home field advantage where the offense can't communicate. I'm interested to see how many penalties our fans can cause by offsides penalties or communication errors or delay of games, things like that. So, we'll see. I know talking to our administration and the ticket office, they're very pleased with the progress we've made compared to the last 2 years. I think we still have some work to do, but I'll never be satisfied until it's sold out every single game and we have the highest GPA in the country.
Hey, Coach, looks like they're calling for some bad weather on Saturday. Do you guys do things to to kind of account for that this week? Possibly like even a lightning delay, maybe anything like that?
Yeah, I know we got one of the best departments in the country for training weathermen, but there's a long ways between now and the game. I'll wait till Saturday morning. If someone tells me Saturday morning how the weather is going to be. That's why all during camp, when it rained, we tried to practice outside to get used to the wet ball work and things like that. I don't know how you prepare for lightning, but besides that, yes, sir.
Vince, Carl Nassib was a guy you highlighted a little bit yesterday, and some of his teammates have done the same. What have you seen from him so far? Because obviously he's played a lot on Saturday, and when did you kind of know that he could be a big role player for you guys?
Well, first of all, he's got a lot of things that we can't teach. He's a massive human being, 6'6", 270 pounds. With that, he's got a tremendous motor. I think he's got a little bit of a chip on his shoulder, the fact that he walked on here. And he's out there every single day trying to earn everybody's respect. He's a highly motivated guy in the classroom. He's a highly motivated guy on the football field. To me, he's what Penn State's all about. Blue-collar, hard-nosed mentality. Come out and work and maximize your opportunity. Obviously, he's got some athletic ability as well. Comes from a football family. His brother was the quarterback at Syracuse and in the NFL. So, some really good genetics and some really good things there. I've been pleased. He's gotten the opportunity and he's made the most of it.
You're a contemporary of a lot of the '94 guys. Obviously, you played at a little different level, but did you follow that team? And did you know any of those guys back in your high school playing days?
Obviously, I'm aware of them. Tremendous respect for the '94 undefeated national championship team. But I don't really know those guys personally. I'm looking forward to it. We're going to have those guys. They have a reception Friday night. We've invited them to come to practice on Friday to walk through. Hopefully get a chance to interact with those guys and build those relationships that you guys know that's something that we're lacking. There was so much consistency on the staff for so many years. We've lost a little bit of that. So we'd like to start building some of those relationships and connecting with our past. The '94 undefeated national championship team.
What will Saturday morning be like for you guys? And will it be any different this week because it's a home game as opposed to being, of course, in Ireland last week?
Excuse me. No, we'll get out on the road recruiting this week, which was probably one of the differences. We'll get out on Friday during the day. Then coaches will come. Most of the coaches will be back for meetings Friday night at the hotel, and then be able to get back out to some games. Myself included. That'll be a difference. With it being a Saturday morning game, The schedule won't be a whole lot different. If it was a Saturday evening game, there'd be some differences there. But we'll go over all those things in detail with them and already have this summer camp so they can anticipate, what's going on. Same reason why we did that walkthrough, as you guys remember, during summer, where we did the entrance and the locations on the field, box, and all that kind of stuff, so that there would be some comfort level for our guys. It wouldn't be a new experience.
Is there a certain level of excitement for you beyond normal coming out for your first home game? I know I've asked you 100 of these questions about first, but this is something that seems a little bit different.
Yeah. Hi. How are you? Good. Shooting directly up into my nose.
I'm avoiding it.
Thank you. I think, like I've mentioned before, I think your first run out there, I think the walk there'll be some juice and excitement there. I think, when you first come out of the tunnel and run onto the field, that first 30 seconds, there'll be a moment of the magnitude of it, but after that, it'll be on to the game and those types of things. Typically, when I come out, I try to find out, in the stadium where our wives' tickets are, because I like to be able to make eye contact with my wife and kids if possible. My wife is a stadium person. She likes to be in the stadium, screaming, feeling like she has a role, and screaming and making noise in the stadium, and so do my girls. So I'll try to find them if I can, and then from there, it's probably a little bit harder to find them in this stadium, but I'd like to try to figure out where they're at.
You mentioned practice consistency yesterday, I believe. Is that a matter of these guys just focusing for 3 hours? Is that a challenge that every team has, or is that something about them just sort of still figuring out what you want during an in-season practice versus, maybe the spring?
I think that's a challenge for most college teams and most college kids is, can you come out and not only physically execute your responsibilities for 3 hours, but mentally can you stay focused? I think that's one of the biggest challenges. Can you do it for the whole 3 hours of practice or 2 hours of practice? Can you do it for the whole 3 hours of a game or all 4 quarters? And they got to understand that that's part of the training that we're trying to provide them in practice. Not only the physical aspects of their job and the muscle memory, but also the mental training of can you stay focused for 3 hours straight.
Is that something that you're just sort of stressing to them, or is that something that you haven't seen from them thus far?
No, it's just naturally what happens all across the country. You're trying to build up that mental and physical toughness to be able to do that, because that, in our opinion, that's what it's going to take to be successful week in and week out consistently. We talk about them all the time in this program and in life, that no one's going to give them anything. They're going to have to go out and they're going to have to earn it, and they're going to have to go out and take it. And that's how I want them to practice. I want them practicing up to our standards and our expectations, which are really high every single day.
Hey, 2 more.
James, I think it must have been last week. You tweeted to Vanderbilt, wishing them good luck, that kind of thing. Obviously, you're super busy here with what's going on, but do you kind of keep an eye or glance at what they do and how things go there?
Well, I think Twitter makes things easy. A lot of our former players that are in the NFL will direct message and shoot messages to each other and things like that. After I sent that tweet out, a couple guys kind of responded and things like that. But that's one of the things that's really difficult, is the NCAA rules don't allow you. So that makes it really difficult. Is you spend so much time developing relationships, and once you leave, you're not supposed to have any more contact, which I think is really hard, especially for a guy like myself, that those relationships mean something to you.
At any point, did you sit down with the landscaping guys, and before you guys started practicing, kind of let them know what your expectations were for your practice service out here? And
I thought you were kidding when you first started right there. We said landscaping.
Well, the grounds crew.
No, I got
Herb
you.
and those guys.
I just, we're trying to move into our house, and we just hired a landscape company. So I thought
well, that's the follow-up.
Now we're getting real personal here.
That's the
bushes and shrubs.
Yeah.
From really my whole life professionally, I've heard about the turf department here at Penn State, and how it's one of the best, if not the best, departments in the country. So I learned real quickly, probably in my first week, about how serious they are about the grass and how much pride they take in their job, just like we take in our jobs. This spring was probably not a fair assessment, because the amount of snow and frost that we had for so long, we didn't get on the fields that much this spring. But this camp, it's been awesome. We got some things, as you guys know, I've talked about in the past, things that we would like to get done. We'd like to be able to level these fields. It's all downhill. The players love to run their 40s because it's about a 3-foot drop. But we'd like to be able to level these fields, and then we could probably run them in either direction when they start to wear down. But besides that, I think the fields have been excellent. They've been really, really good.